My clients need to know if you think it's possible.
It'll cost.
Did you know the source material before you begin in this project? Did you read the novels or maybe you see the previous movies?
I didn't.
She hadn't seen anything. She was
I
like,
never
"What is
did
this?"
that. I never did that homework, and I feel so terrible.
You shouldn't feel terrible.
Okay.
You should only because it's a brilliant movie and an amazing
I know.
book. But
I saw the references.
Yeah, but as far as you saw the reference,
Yeah, the watermelon scene and all that stuff.
yeah.
You know.
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, the important thing.
But you don't need to because your character doesn't exist in it.
I know.
And so, whereas for
Sometimes
me,
I'm not a big fan of doing that.
Because
I feel a little bit like stuck in
restricted.
Restricted,
Yeah. I had grown up loving the book and the original movie,
Really?
so I didn't have and so when I was sent the scripts, I had like a level of trepidation. I was a bit nervous because you don't want to butcher something that is brilliant.
I know.
But when I read the scripts, they were completely different. Other than retaining the kind of DNA of the original, it felt very much of like this moment now. And so I felt relieved by that in some way.
For you, this character is like an inception. You're playing an actor, because the jackal is changing his faces, his approach, his accent all the time.
Yeah. And that was the appeal for me. Ursula and I were just talking about it, that it felt like an actor's playground. The reason I wanted to do this was because it was every reason you get into acting as a kid, changing the way you look, changing the way you sound, putting on silly makeups and, it's kind of, and running around pretending to be an assassin. I mean, that's stuff that like 12-year-old me.
Do you think he's an actor as well with the family?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
All the time?
Yeah, he's just 100%.
Oh
no, not
God.
all the time. Not all the time.
Not all the time, right?
No, I think he feels deep love.
It makes me feel so sad if
it's true.
Yeah, if it's true. Like, oh my God, I believe you.
No, I believe that he is deeply in love with his family.
I think it's the first time you're playing a dark character, not a hero in a show.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've played a few dark characters in the past, but definitely the more successful ones have been the nicer people. I don't think I'm a particularly nice human being, so I've just sort of got to tap in. No, I think there are definitely dark elements that I hide under guise of friendliness.
That's good.
So I got to access all that, which was fun.
It's a good therapy.
Yeah, here we are doing therapy.
What was the hardest part for you guys on the set?
You know my
We
answer.
both know, yeah. Ursula will answer this.
Toddlers?
Yeah, toddlers. That we had these beautiful twins.
Oh my God, they were the cutest, and they were red hair, and they were like they were perfect.
They were perfect.
The casting, the audition was perfect.
Yeah.
And they were saying that they were so cute and they love to socialize with people and everything until they got on set.
Yeah, they heard the word action and rightly, they were these 2-year-olds surrounded by thousands of people.
One and a half.
Yeah.
1.5.
So that was quite stressful.
And also for me, it was very frustrating because it was my first time working with toddlers that age. And something I learned that I didn't know at the beginning is that it requires a lot of strategy. And also you can't be focused on your character.
No.
Which
sometimes is freeing. You need to go with the flow. You need to improvise.
You need to improvise and you need and when I learned that, and I remember I started doing like little games before the takes.
Yeah.
Everything changed. And then it's so rewarding. When it works, it's magic.
Yeah.
But when it doesn't work, oh my God. I was crying behind a tree. You remember that?
How do you improvise with toddlers?
I mean, because I'm not a professional.
Well, you are.
I'm not
You're an actual bona fide professional.
Right now, maybe I am a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think it's all about making them realize, or making them see a parallel reality. It's more like a game. I remember we had this scene And it was dark. It was at night, and I had to get in a taxi with the toddler, and I was like, this is not like...
And you're meant to be emotional as well.
And I had to be emotional as well. So I remember I had this brilliant idea. Sorry about that, but it was brilliant. Now I think about it, and I was like, okay, thank God I had that idea. And I was telling, I think it was Saul. Yeah. I was telling Saul, you know what are we gonna do? We're gonna play this game. And I was saying all the time in between sentences, Dad, you're not gonna leave. Yeah. You're not gonna leave us, huh? You're gonna stay there. And I was saying, and now we're gonna hide from that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get in that taxi. So it's all about improvising and
making it playful. But the fact that you're having to think about that whilst also think about the character you're playing is quite a lot.
Yeah, it is.
And also, Eddie, building this character, you have to flatten your emotions. There is none when you see the face of your character. Was it hard to do?
I quite enjoyed that. Like I loved just sort of suppressing everything really. But also because it's television and cameras see everything, there is a lot you can play within that kind of, that I suppose tempered palette. But also lots of the snipers that I met in prep, they have snipers are people that take long distance.
I see. Yeah.
That's what your husband does for a living.
Okay. Good to know.
They are so calm because they are so used to having to be calm under the most extreme scenarios, and so I kind of took from them really.
And for you, when I was watching it, it was like a Bond movie. It has this Bond vibe. Mm-hmm. And I'm curious for you, was it like a dream come true? Every actor and every probably child imagining themselves as James Bond.
You know what's interesting? It's like it was a dream come true because I love this genre. Like I love those spy thrillers. I love Bond. I love Bourne. I love The Killing Eve.
This kind of genre before.
I've never done it, but I love also those 70s thrillers. So, but I never thought that I would necessarily get the opportunity to work in that world. But when The Day of the Jackal came, what I love about him is within the genre, he's kind of so unique. He has this, it's the actor side of him. He's also a bit of a peacock. Like he kind of, he cares about the way he looks, and he has this he's dandy. Exactly. He's a what?
A dandy.
A dandy, exactly. And
can you say that in English?
Yeah. And that's what. So rather than just being generic in that genre, he has his own identity. So it was pretty thrilling to combine all of those things.
It's a good character.
He's a cool character.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky.